Hey, welcome back to You've Been Mung Guy. This is Nick. So I am still working on that QAnon video, the one I did before, and I will get back to that. I'm just doing research, need to do research into this, as much research as I can, so I look like I know what I'm talking about. And so I am gonna do that. I am going back to that, but consider this filler, like the old Dragon Ball Z when they were on their way to Earth. They did a bunch of filler episodes. So consider this like that. So today, what I want to talk about is The Simpsons and my Simpsons theory that Homer and Ned Flanders are the best characters in The Simpsons, and how Ned is actually probably the most man of faith that exists in The Simpsons, even though he's portrayed as annoying and everybody doesn't like him because he's moral. So this starts with two things. This starts with last night I watched The Simpsons on Disney Plus. It was the one Homer the hypocrite, where he gives up going to church because he's like, screw church, I want to stay home, I want to watch football, and everything seems to be going good for him until his house catches on fire, and Flanders and Krusty and Apu all save Homer Simpson. And Flanders and Marge are right, and Homer's like, I'm gonna go back to church, and at the end he's sleeping, right? He's sleeping in the front row of church, typical Homer Simpson style. Um, so it started with that, and that made me think about how Ned Flanders and Marge, even though like people are like, oh, you're super annoying, go away, they're actually the most moral people in there. And even though Ned Flanders is like treated like crap because everybody thinks he's morally annoying, he actually is the most Christian one there. And this goes back to what I'm gonna talk about next. Goes back to this episode. I don't know what it's called, but it's when after Ned's wife dies, he wants to date, and he meets this girl, and he really likes her, and he's struggling with he's struggling with his faith, and then giving up and sleeping with her. So this is from years ago. This goes back to when I was in middle school. I watched a lot of Simpsons in middle school and all through high school, but I was obsessed with them in middle school. And in this episode, I thought about years ago, when Ned's deciding if he wants to sleep with this girl, and there's a scene where they're sitting out under the stars, and Ned's like, I consulted my Bible, and these are all the verses I found are against like premarital sex and are bad. And then all of them blow away, and she's like, what's this one say? And he makes some kind of funny joke. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But I think that shows how much faith Ned Flanders actually possesses. That, like, when you're a Christian, and like consult your Bible, consult God, all that, and it's really important. And so people will do that, look through the Bible, find stuff that matches what they're feeling. And Ned Flanders took this time to do that. And even though everybody's annoyed with Ned, Ned is the most spiritual person connected to God that there is on the show, that doesn't treat church like something boring, like, oh, crap, I have to go to church today. Damn it. Can't I do anything else? Larry, let's go golfing. He actually treats church like a good thing, and he's actually joyous. And I think actually this may sound hypocritical, but I think it's actually the best Christian example that there is. Even though TV loves to portray Christians as ass backwards, like they do with Sheldon's mom, but actually they're caring people, and he's actually the nicest person in Springfield, except the episode where he snaps at everybody and becomes angry and fights him. I can't remember that off the top of my head, but except the episode he snaps, and I think there's one where he struggles with his faith, but who doesn't? I was in an incident where it made me struggle with my faith, but so who doesn't? So yeah, Ned Flanders is like one of the most moral people there, even though he annoys everybody, even though the Reverend is annoyed by him, but the Reverend is like super like, I hate my job, why did I do this, why didn't I do anything else? He's like, when they're talking, when they save Homer, and the Reverend is like, yep, we all work together, be it Jew, um, what was the other one? Something else. And he points to Apu, whatever you are. And Apu's like, I'm a Hindu. And he's like, oh, yeah, whatever that is. He's like, there's 6 million of us. He's like, oh, that's super, super, sarcastic and stuff like that. So, yeah, so I think like even the Reverend like hates his job, and I saw an episode where they replaced the Reverend with somebody, and they didn't like that. And but Ed Flanders is like the most powerful, probably Christian person in the show, and I think they portray his faith pretty well. And so, yeah, that's my dissertation. I'm using the word dissertation. And that's what I got to say about this. I am going to get back to QAnon. I got a lot of research to do. If you like this video, comment below what you think. I want to hear your thoughts. Tell me what you think of Ned Flanders or anybody from The Simpsons. What do you think of The Simpsons? Do you think it went downhill? I know there's a ton of YouTube videos about that. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.